To use the inline grader, the student work has to have been submitted through the submission box. Assuming we've done that, the other thing to remember is we cannot annotate on images or movie type files. You can annotate using that inline grader on doc files, Excel files, PowerPoint files and PDF, which should cover most people. So the way that I access that is I've gone to my submissions and I've chosen the subject that I need to assess. I'm choosing the assessment and I will have the list of my students. I'm going to choose the student that I am grading. On this particular assessment there was no grade, it was a draft, but you can see I have a document preview with these options. If the file is not a file where the inline marking appears, then the options simply don't appear. I can also see how many pages I have. So if I flip in to the work and I need to comment, I will have a selection. On the iPad, the only option I have is the commenting in comment bubbles. Functionality with drawing and highlighting don't work on the iPad at all. So I'm choosing to comment. I'll have different options for my comment, choosing an area and then typing a comment. Obviously these aren't particularly quality comments here. I can choose a text comment. I have the ability to draw, and again I'll have some colours that I can choose. So maybe I'm happy with that. I've decided that I need to pop a particular comment in here. There's not, because I use my mouse, there's not great pen control, so I would not be using the pen tool for actually writing. I would be using it for making my little editing marks, etc., etc. I can highlight something and obviously choose the colour for that highlighting to be. I have the ability to strike out, so suggest that that goes, and again I have a choice of colour options, and you'll see a choice of, if I can make it come back up, a choice of pen sizes there as well. There we go. My text tool, again I can choose the colour, choose the size, and then I'm simply typing something in to a section. So I've got plenty of options that I can use for editing the student's work. When I'm completed, it's simply a matter of, if I was grading, obviously I have the option to put a grade. As per normal in my normal use of the submission box, I can add comments. Oops, it'd be good if I could spell, wouldn't it? I can add my comments in, and all I need to do is press save and continue, and that work is automatically then visible to the student. So it really is a time-saving mechanism for us, and saves us having to, download something, annotate on it, load it back up, and then return it in here. I still have this option. If there's something else I wish to add, I can, but simply by pressing save and continue, that work has gone and it puts me straight on to the next student, and their work comes up and I can do the same thing. Okay, so now you have used the inline marker, given some feedback for your students, and you're just curious to see how they access that work. So if we take a look, for the student, they go to My Work at the top of eCat, and this section for them is really, really valuable, and we should be encouraging them to use it as much as we can. That's another story. Apart from having their calendar and when they've got assessments due, it has it in calendar format, has the due work there, but then it has the subjects. And down here we can see, here's an assessment that was graded in the submission box. So yes, we can see a grade there. If there was no grade because you chose not to, then it says pending or no grade. So let's take a look. We want to see this submitted, returned annotated work. So I take a look, scroll down, and the student can look at the actual assessment task that they did. And if annotations, if the inline marking was used, they have the option to view those annotations. So this is where they're going to see that work with your feedback on there. So it pops up in that same way that you saw it. It pops up for them with the feedback there. Students also have the option on that other screen and here of downloading that work for future reference. So they can do that, and that's just in that My Work section.